Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, Reader's Magnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on our authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, Reader's Magnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank Reader's Magnet and everybody that's involved. I love Reader's Magnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hello, I'm Rotha Dawkins. I'm from Thomasville, North Carolina, but at this moment I'm in New York, in Albany, or below Albany, Saratoga Falls. So we are celebrating our big annual library book sales, and so we're looking forward to all of you people coming out and buying some of our books and buying bunches of them for your friends. I'd like to tell you about some of my books. I have a book called On Call, and this is the book that you might see, and hopefully you'll be buying lots of these. This is about a fire department, and the people that I have had that have been around me, they love this book. Lots of ladies like it. It answers a lot of questions about the future possibilities in the fire department. But this book is always fun to read. It tells you about the life in the fire department, how they have to live together on the days of their operation, and that every time the bells ring, they have to go. So it's always a lot of things happening. There's a lot of grief, there's a lot of tragedy, there's a lot of good things, and there's a wonderful ending. So please feel free to go to Amazon and to the bookstores and get our books, and make sure that you enjoy and have an opportunity to enjoy our books with us. The other book that I'm celebrating is a little book about pets. This is called Treats and Tales. This is a wonderful edition. I know you'll love this book. It's been a lot of fun to have it for you. This book is about dogs, cats, all kinds of critters. The other day I saw a raccoon in my yard. My dog didn't like that too much. But anyhow, this book tells you all about how doggies and kitties can have a lot of good fun, and how you can acquire a pet that would be special for you. I know that it's awfully hard to think about people throwing away their pets, but some people throw away animals and some animals run away. And so you may check with your Humane Society to be sure that you have the opportunity to have a special pet in your life. And in this book, we teach you how to draw out patterns, and we teach you the routine of making the garments. And puppies do like to be dressed up, especially in the wintertime. And here in Saratoga Springs, I know that they would really love it. So please come and join with us so that you can have an opportunity to make some pet clothes, and maybe a hat, maybe a jacket, maybe just a little bow in there. But they would love for you to come and especially, and I'm looking out my window right now, and a lady's walking through with a poodle that does have one. She should have our book because I know that she would enjoy it too. We hope that you will go through Reader's Magnet and to Barnes and Noble and find our books and buy them and enjoy them. It's not too hard, and share it with your friends because we really do love to uh, have people to read, and we do need you to read our books and to share them with your friends and to go on and to look into the first part of that book of Treats and Tales, and you'll find uh, a great deal of recipes. You can make popsicles for your dogs, and you can do all kinds of things that pets love for you to do. So it's always fun. They especially like it. And your animal foods that we have put in the book, all of those are people friendly too. So if your children like uh, the pops for the little doggies, well, they can share it too. And one thing that you may enjoy thoroughly, I think you would enjoy the opening of the book comes out with Little Red and Friends. And that's a story about how these animals take off from the pound and they dig out and they go. And it's a great adventure on how dogs enjoy uh, going out and getting their freedom. And then these, after they're out there and find their freedom, then they find that they really want to be loved and petted and find a home. So follow that adventure. You'll enjoy that. And of course, we have another one about a dog named Candy who met her tragedy. And that was a sad, sad, sad story. So I think that you'll enjoy uh, finding many of the possibilities in here in this book, Treats and Tales. I do like this book, and I'm been asked if I would try to do another one. A lot of people have asked me what's my favorite part of the book, and of course I enjoy all of it. Naturally, I wrote the book, so that makes it fun. But as an author, uh, I found that writing a book about pets was really fun and interesting. I followed some of the things that my dog would do and also the other animals and pets that I was familiar with. My daughter has 4 dogs, so I get to have a good time with them too. So we always enjoy the other animals that's with the Treats and Tales, and we hope that you will find that these are interesting things for you to do and to find. Um, the one dog in Treats and Tales is Little Red, and Little Red is from the city there, but she just sort of got away somehow and ended up in the pound. So the people ended up going ahead and looking after her, but she was not going to be able to be found. She was afraid. So they all got together and decided, we're going to leave. And the dogs talk like they're people. So that makes it even a lot of fun, too, that you get to share with these pets and the fact that they talk like people and that they act like people and they do a lot of things that's fun. So I know that you would thoroughly enjoy the Treats and Tell. And we can go back a little bit and we'll go to On Call. On Call is a special book about fire safety and fire department living. And we all need to be aware of what we need to do to make our lives safe and to make our fire departments uh, safe and secure for all of us. Uh, I had a lady call or write in and ask us if what happens with women if they want to be a firefighter. And that's easy. You go to the fire department in your area, or maybe several of them, and you can look up their uh, records as to what they need and who they need and what kind of people they're hiring and if there's availability. Um, Firefighting is for everyone, and some fire departments, like your county departments, they're a little less rigid on their rules, but they are a good training point for you if you're a firefighter and you're just beginning. My son was a firefighter when he was 15 years old, and we went. We had a little fire in our yard, and that we called people because we were afraid the grass was going to get out of whack so and out of our possibilities. So they came on and took care of it and said, hey, you need to join this department. And so he did. And so this is 30 some years later. He's fire chief in another town, and he has enjoyed a great life as a firefighter, and being the fire chief there for a long period of time has been really great for him. Uh, I hope that you're enjoying our show. It's a little bit difficult to sit here and just talk to you. I appreciate you wishing me the good luck on the book signing. We are signing books here at the Hilton. Uh, and we're also giving books away. So if you're nearby, come on over, meet me. I'll be glad to spend a little time with you and share with you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And of course, you may be interested in writing, but not, of course, the same type of books that I'm writing. And that's always awesome. So please come to our book signing, and we'll be glad to extend a little more of what we're doing and what can be done. And everyone can write. There's a book, they say there's a book in everybody. So I think so too. Even little kids can do this. So we're working on other books coming up too. And Treats and Tales has always been one of my favorite books that I've written. I've written about 15 now. And like I said, I'm from Thomasville, North Carolina. So we get a little weather. Our weather today here in New York is about like in Thomasville right now. But it just gets colder. We stay pretty much the same for a long period of time. Uh, but it gives me lots of time. And you have to find the place where you like to write, who you like to write for, and not give up on it. So you got to stay with it. And when you see our shows and you look for us, there's other people who are here that have great books also. And so I know that the New York Literary Association would really appreciate your involvement. They're supplying everybody with great books for the year. These are all new things that's come out. There's hundreds of books around, and I'm so fortunate to have two of the wonderful books that's available. The book Treats and Tales is one of my uh, books that's asked for most often. People love animals. I noticed that around this city, we took a walk yesterday. My daughter, who is my special inspiration, and I took her a walk around the town, and we were checking things out. And every time you take a step here to there, there's another dog, all types of dogs, and they're just fabulous to have and to be able to, show the people. I didn't have books with me, even cards would have been important because people like to read, they like to know about what's going on. And of course, Treats and Tales is kind of a special little book, and you'll enjoy the photos of different kinds of animals throughout this little book. And you definitely are going to find that the little recipes that's in the book are going to be fun for you to have for your pets and your animals. Uh, I find that on call, you'll enjoy reading this one. It's a complete different type of book. And so please go find these books, get online, go to Barnes and Noble, go to Reader's Magnet. They'll be glad to help you out. And if you don't understand all we do have, we would love for you to call Reader's Magnet, start there. And that's very easy for you to find. And of course, you can get in touch with me. I've enjoyed being a part of this show and a part of what's happening here. We take my glasses off. I hate them. But when I'm writing, I have to have glasses. When I'm reading, I do too. But when I'm looking at wonderful people, I don't have to have that. But we really are very happy that you have joined us today and that you have given us thought. And we'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have. Uh, On Call has a good beginning. Little boys at the table, and it's terrible weather. And the crew has bells ring and the whistles go, and all throughout the whole book is the bells ring and the whistles go on. And whether they're in bed or they're eating their meal or they're having lunch, dinner, or supper, or they're sleeping. They have to jump out of that bed, go to the near their trucks and jump in their turnout gear and take off. And then, of course, the babies roll up with the doors and the trucks roll and they're down the street wherever they have to go with the whistles and the buzzers and all the things happening. And of course, that's a fine time and an important time for everybody. And that is one of the greatest things that you can uh, do is to stay out of the way of the fire department when they go on. And of course, the fire department's very closely tied to your police department, your ambulance services, because they all have to work together. There's always uh, tragedies, and sometimes they go to a fire and maybe there's been an explosion and you have people who have uh, been seriously injured, and also people who have even lost their lives through fires. And there's all kinds of things that fire departments go to. We have one story about some people called and their kitty cat was in a tree. So that's another thing that they do as much as they can is help the community. And the fire department is a part of the community. It's a vital part of the community. And of course, you know this because anytime you need a fire department for electrical problem or a gas problem, or maybe somebody that walked across the street on the wrong way, there's always the help from the fire department. In our area, if the police department goes out to an accident, the fire department sends a truck just in case there's a car fire at the same time when there is an accident. So that is always vitally important for you too. Um, I had I had a lady that asked me the other day if I would had ever been. No, I have not been in the fire department, but I have been closely involved with a lot of the involvements of the fire department with the cities. Our town had a lady who was with the fire department, and she was absolutely wonderful. She set up all kinds of things for us to do, and we went to different things that were important, and we had our own little jackets that we wore that were uh, for us so that people would know who we were and how we could help. And of course, the Red Cross is a very big help with your fire people too. Uh, Often when you have a fire, there's always that possibility that people are burned out of their homes or mostly burned out of their homes and they have to do something different. So you have the Red Cross that comes and they assist the fire departments with placing people in places that they can have a temporary place to stay immediately. And I'm sure that all over the country that this is happening. I find that we needed a great deal of clothing, and we needed uh, shelter, and shelter is so important, and the clothing especially. We have a manufacturing area where we are, and so the manufacturing company there gave a lot of underclothes so that they would have t-shirts and shorts and socks, and that was vitally necessary. And the fire department, of course, will assist in giving all of this to people who are in need. And that's what we are, is it's the heart of the community. Uh, you have your city, and of course they have their utilities, and all these utilities, including fire department, the police department, your Red Cross, your churches, and all the folks that live there. Everyone is part of the heart of the fire department. So if you're in a need, whether you've had a fire or not had a fire, it's important that you can call someone in the fire department and they'll direct you to the right area. Another thing that the fire departments will do, which is we tell you about too, is we love the community. And the love of the community is the great heartbeat, as we say. And that love for the community is important, that you uh, do the safety factors and the fire department in our area decided to take on uh, getting fire extinguishers, and they applied for a grant with the government, and they supplied a lot of fire equipment for individual homes, like the alarm systems, just simple alarm systems. And we have meetings, and they go out and they take the trucks sometimes, and they have to put the fire hazard removers. It's a lot easier to install a little bit of fire safety than it is to go to the fire and take out the fire. So that's one of the things that we often do. The treats and tells, we'll go back to that. Here we are. Go find you a pet. You'll love it. I'm seeing dogs walk up and down the street, and that's been so much fun. Uh, treats and tells has a good little story, and you will love it. Uh, Barnes and Noble, of course, has it, and of course, you'll Mag- Reader's Magnet has the ability to pick you up and get you all through that. And it might be you could write your own treats and tales, but we have been asked over and over and over, will you write another animal book? And the thing is, maybe. I'm not that sure if I want to do another uh, of that, but I am in the process of doing a gardening book, and we have two more books coming out, one novel called Connected, and we have uh, another cookbook that's coming out. Oh, that's something you need to know about On Call. It also has, at the end of most chapters, there's several great recipes. Some are grandma's recipes, things that you'll dearly love. And I know that you will enjoy having the book. The ladies, we put the recipes in for you and those of you who are not interested in getting out there and being a firefighter, and you can do that. And the other thing is the men, they like the movement of what's going on, but everybody can learn something from this, and it's a good young people's book because they can see that what's they hear about it. My son was a little boy about 6 years old. He loved being a firefighter when he was a little child. He put on his fire hat and make himself make all the noises of a firehouse, and he had a good time. But he grew from there to the big thing. But you will enjoy the recipes. I have the best pound cake recipe that I've ever had in that book. So I know that you'll enjoy finding the recipes at the end of the chapter. I had a little girl the other day that wrote in, and she said, I'm so glad you found my grandmother's recipe for uh, chocolate cake. I want a chocolate cake, and mother said she didn't have a way to make one. Now I have it. So that was good too. But we're selling lots of these books, both of them, Treats and Tales, and also On Call. And we do hope that you'll enjoy uh, the sharing of these with us. But the chapters in through here, I don't know if I can show you this or not, but you can see that, see, here is a recipe, and I'm not sure which one this one is. It is um, devil hot tomatoes. Now that sounds good. My son loves hot tomatoes, and a lot of men love hot stuff, so we put a lot of hot sauces in our book uh, On Call, that because it has a lot of that. But we also have a lot of baking things. We have one cake that is extremely great if you have big birthday parties or the whole fire department needs a cake. Find that big cake recipe and have you a great big pan, and I know that you'll enjoy that. It'll be a lot of fun for you to try some of these things and do some of these things. It gives you a new advantage, and later we're hoping that we may just take the recipes from the book for the ladies who have already requested that they could have a book of the recipes without everything else, because husband doesn't want their chocolate put on their pages in the book of On Call. But On Call is a great book, and I know you'll like it, even though there's tragedy in it, and even though there's wonderful moments in it, and the life on the fire department scale is absolutely unusual. Um, they go in for 48 hours and stay overnight. Everybody has their own room. They live in that room, and then when their time has come to go leave duty, the next crew comes on, takes their place, and then the next crew will take their place, and they share the rooms in that way. Nobody sleeps in the same room together, which is a wonderful thing. In the old days, it used to be that everything was barracks type, and it was pretty tough to handle. So we really find that the on call has more of the layman type, and also the hope for you to be able to uh, learn a little bit about what firefighting is about. You girls, you can get out there and go get your information and find out what the companies need, and join your fire department and make you a life adventure, as well as preserve other people's lives and your own, and your family. We look forward to all of you letting us hear from you, and we'll do everything we can to make it even more important, and maybe even do another firefighting book. But like I said, I've got about 16 books more that's there, and two in the making, and another one in the writing. And so at 82 and 3/4 years old, I'm pushing the buttons as much as I can, because I don't have but maybe 20 years left to get all this finished, and that is a whole lot. And then maybe I can have a vacation. My daughter wants me to go on a cruise real soon, and that would be fun. But I know I'd take my books with me and play with all of that too. So that makes it crazy. Treats and Tales, again, is a wonderful little book. You'll love it. On the back of the book, it tells you a little bit about the book, and also about Rotha J. Dawkins, who is the author. And I am Rotha J. Dawkins, and I'm so glad that you have joined us today. We would read you a little bit of this, but I don't have time to do all that. But you do have pictures of puppies in here. As you can see, they're scattered throughout the book, and I think you'll enjoy the pages therein. We we love our pets, and the pets love us. And yes, it's okay to kiss your puppy in the mouth. We we can't help it. They do it anyhow, whether we want them to or not. But anyhow, in Treats and Tales, you'll find that these dogs go on a great journey, and that it's fun to follow them and follow different types of dogs, and kitties and what have you. And you'll know that one of them there will be your kitty or your dog. The cats will hiss, and I love to hear them talk about their hissing, so that makes it even more fun. But you know how it goes. The time that you spend with your pets, you have to give them that extra love. And of course, the great thing is go visit your kennels in your cities. They will share with you pets that really need a home, and you'll find your pet that needs you, and you'll find the greatest pets in the world. Uh, Little Red, who is the dog on the front, and a dachshund. She absolutely had needed a home, and she lived 19 years, and I have replaced her with one that looks exactly like her. So that made it a lot easier for me. Instead of just calling, "Hey dog," or another name I couldn't remember, I call Peppy, and here she comes. So that's always been a lot of fun to have my Peppy and my dogs and my kitties. But I have outdoor cats because the dogs don't allow the kitties in the house. And then, of course, I have three weenie dogs that I have more fun with than you can even imagine. They are all so different in color, so different in body shape, and so forth. And they're also in Treats and Tales. So I would love for you to go buy Treats and Tales and enjoy the story therein, and enjoy keep the book around so that you can enjoy making the pets enjoy the foods and the clothing, and you'll enjoy that too. So we do appreciate you being on the line and coming and talking to us. We have not had a easy time today, because we're here to there, and everybody's all over the marketplace. So I'm Rotha Dawkins from Thomasville, North Carolina, with Reader's Magnet, And thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate everything you do. See you in